Hello YouTubers, today we have a deaf warrior build for you on Hunter World. So, just to go over what this build is about, are you sick of getting roared by those pesky monsters only to miss a chance to pull some big damage off? Rock mantle not lasting long enough for you? Well, today I have a build that gives you protection against any roars pulled off by any of the beasts, even elder dragons, whilst keeping the damage as high as possible as I could. This build isn't specifically for any weapon, it is a generic build that can be implemented into most weapons using raw damage. So, looking over the gear, we start off with a Basil Helm B. This is where the foundation of the earplug skills starts, giving a nice level 2 earplugs. This is an amazing piece of armor to take as it has two jewel slots, one of them at level 3 and one of them at level 1, meaning we can add more to the build later. We're aiming to max out the earplugs skill all the way to level 5, as this will negate roars from any monster in the game. Moving over to the chest plate, I went with the Dobermail B. Now, even though we are looking to protect ourselves from roars, you still want to be doing a successful amount of damage, otherwise it would be pointless standing at the side of a match protecting against roars but dealing no damage. So this chest plate kickstarts the attack skill to level 2 for us. Once again, we will be aiming to max the level of this skill, which can reach a whopping level 7, entitling us to an extra 21 attack and an extra 5% affinity. Just to quickly let you know, affinity is the chance for that weapon to do a critical hit, so having negative affinity can potentially take damage away from your hits, which would be bad and we don't want that. So now for the Vambraces, aka wrists, we have a Kaiser Vambraces A. Since I didn't have enough jewels, I thought having the alpha set would be nice with the level 2 weakness exploit skill. With the tenderizer jewel, you can max this skill out to level 3, which gives us an extra 50% affinity when attacking a weak spot of a monster. So really, if you had an affinity booster giving 50% chance and the attack level 7 giving 5% affinity, then this weakness exploit giving an extra 50%, we have reached 105%. This game caps at 100%, but even though you might lose 5%, it's never that bad, as your weapon could have negative affinity and the affinity booster only lasts 60 seconds. The coil and the legs are simple. Coil tops up attack skill by 2 levels and has a nice level 2 jewel slot, whilst the legs also has a level 2 attack and a level 1 jewel slot. So moving over to the charm. Now this is probably the hardest piece to craft, as it requires a Basil gem to upgrade to level 2 and a Tiestra gem to level up to level 3. So make sure to hunt investigations and look for investigations with gold rewards for the highest chance of a gem. On the other hand, you could use the Elder Melder with the golden tickets, but I'd love to save my tickets. Now I know it may be a pain to farm Basil for a gem. You can have a few variations of this build which can show up on screen now. The first variation would be to change out the legs for King Beetle, I think it's Krua B. Now you lose the level 2 attack skill with this, but gain another level 2 jewel slot to add in another crit boost. The only downside to this would be you need to have 3 attack jewels to pull this off, and as we speak I only have 1, so I will stick with the Dober B legs. If you really can't be bothered getting the earplugs charm, you can switch out the charm for an attack charm and replace the Nergiganti coil with a Basil coil B, but you will lose the weakness exploit and crit boost being at max level. So now going over the jewels. For this build you will need 2 critical jewels, but it is preferred if you have 3, and then you need 1 tenderizer jewel and an attack jewel. The extra slots can be filled with whatever you feel comfortable. Remember that the Dober Greaves can be swapped out for extra crit jewel. Then the 2 level 1 jewel slots will need another attack jewel in them to make the build maxed out. Now that's it for the build, guys. I hope you enjoy it and find useful ways of getting attacks off whilst under the max roar protection. I sometimes love to use this as a comfort build for when casual farming. I love not having to keep spamming my analogs to get out of being stuck after a roar. I love the damage it can pull off. Not the highest in the game, but sure does a decent amount to keep you happy. Now that's it for the video, guys. I hope this helps, and thanks everyone, thanks for watching, and peace out.